Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an update of sorts. Now, in the last year, I had 2 procedures done to hopefully rid me or help me with my chronic headaches. Now, I'm going to do a whole chronic headache story on here at one point, but that's not what this video is about. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link both of my original videos that I posted on these topics down below, and I'm also going to put up here and down in the description box the timestamp for both of these. So if you want to skip ahead to one or watch both of them, you can do that. So in the last year, I had 2 procedures done. The first one was done last November, and it was a frenectomy / tongue tie revision. And then the second one was my Daith piercing that I had done just in July. Now, first I'm going to talk about the tongue tie revision or frenectomy. Basically what a frenectomy is see that? I don't really have mine much anymore, but that little string that connects your tongue to the bottom part of your mouth, that is called your frenulum. And if that, and it can pull on your tongue if it's too tight or if it's too short. And it is amazing when you look into all of the conditions that can be caused by being tongue-tied. And I'm talking everything from deviated septum, which I had, scoliosis, which I had, allergies, let's see, well, not just allergies, but the inability for our body to handle allergies very well. All sorts of pelvic floor dysfunction, all sorts of things. It's crazy when you look into it. And so, and one of those things is tension headaches. And a friend actually recommended this to me, and I thought, hey, what if I can go to a dentist and have a procedure done and it takes care of my pain? Wouldn't that be nice? Yes, it would be nice. And the frenectomy, as far as my headaches go, did not really help like I thought it would. A couple of things that it did help with. Actually, first let me get to my headaches. I can tell you that it is so interesting. When I had that done, when I had it clipped, I sat up, or it wasn't just clipped, it was cut with a laser, and I explained that in my video that I did about my tongue tie originally. But he cut it with a laser and sent me home with some powerful pain meds, and I am so glad because it was very painful for the next week or 2 even, just recovering from that. But after the procedure, I sat up in the chair, and I immediately felt my shoulders drop, like an incredible amount of tension in my neck had just been let loose. It was the strangest feeling. And now I'm in some groups on Facebook, and people are taking their before and after shots, like a profile shot, a before and after, and their face shape looks different. It is the strangest thing. Now I wish I had taken those kinds of pictures. I wish I had known to do that. But when I sat up, I immediately felt everything drop. And for about maybe 2 or 3 weeks or so, my headaches were a little bit better. But the strange thing now is that I can actually feel the tension moving up into my neck, whereas I couldn't really before. It was like it immediately became a headache. And it's so funny now, I can get tension and like pain in my shoulders from a tension headache, but it stays there. I found that I've had fewer tension headaches after I had this frenectomy done. Most of my really hard headaches are hormone related. I know that much, but of course I've got, all sorts of headaches throughout the week. And so I went ahead and did that, and I wasn't too terribly impressed. I even had some chiropractic work, like extra chiropractic work done after that. Didn't seem to make a huge difference in my headaches. However, it has made a tremendous change in my sinuses. I used to get postnasal drip, that the gunk in the back, almost like in the back of your head that drips down into your throat. I had that almost 24/7 365. I started to think about it. Is it year round? Yes, it was year round. I get allergies anytime. It doesn't matter the season. But I noticed that before I had my frenectomy, I woke up with like that gunk in my throat. It's like, do I swallow it or do I spit it out? You know what I'm talking about. It's disgusting. And I would have to take Flonase, a nasal spray, every single night. Otherwise, I would wake up with that gunk. Well, about a month and a half after my frenectomy, I realized, and especially this is like middle of cold season, okay, when a lot of people have, the postnasal drip and everything, and me still in the winter with allergies. And I noticed that I didn't wake up with that anymore. I've noticed since I had that, I drain things so much better than I did before. I didn't get any colds during this past winter. I haven't had a cold in like a year. Probably. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've even had a cold in the last year. I'm also on like high dose probiotics, which probably helps. And we wash our hands. We don't wear shoes in our house. There's all sorts of factors. But that was the first winter that I went through and did not get sick one single time. I got a headache, sure. I got allergies, sure. But I didn't get any colds. And when I did get the allergies, again, I noticed everything just drained so well. I didn't have all of that congestion. And that right there is huge. I would have done the frenectomy for just that benefit. So if you're curious to know if you have a tongue tie or not, there's all sorts of Facebook groups online. There's a lot of information out there. It's not just for the babies who have a tongue tie and trouble nursing. It's not just the babies, it's adults. I know that my Caleb, who's 6, is tongue-tied. Now that I know more about it myself and I start thinking back, he nursed awesome. He was a great nurser, but he spit up for the first 8 or 9 months of his life. Maybe if I had had that revised, he wouldn't have had that problem. I don't know. So here we are almost a year later, and again, I've been through a end of a fall, a winter, a spring, and a summer, and we're getting into fall now. And yeah, I still have, the sneezy allergies and stuff, but I would say overall my sinuses are so much more clear than any other time before. So if you're thinking about getting that, definitely look into it, do your research, and see if it might be a help for you. Okay, now I'm going to talk to you about my Daith piercing. Here it is right here. It's hard for me to show you exactly, or knowing where I am in the frame here, but that is my Daith piercing, or my Daith piercing. And if you're unfamiliar with that, I'll show you on this ear. This right here, this middle portion where I'm pierced, is actually an acupressure point for head pain. And I noticed before I got my Daith piercing, I heard about it. I waited probably a year before I got it. I got it week of July 4th this year. And I would squeeze this part when I had a headache. And about 8 to 10 seconds later, my headache wouldn't go away, but it was like I could just feel it just gradually subside. And I thought, there might be something to this. If you have not seen that Daith piercing video, I'm going to link it right up here so that you can see it. This might make a little bit more sense to you if you watch that first. But I was told by the piercer, who said that a lot of people come to him for this Daith piercing for headaches. And he said, there's no significant research done on this. There are no studies done on this piercing and headaches. Honestly, there probably isn't enough money, and there's money in drugs, so let's just leave it in that. He said, my feedback is that it helps more people than it doesn't help. And I don't know, that was good enough for me. So I tried it, and I have still had headaches. In the month of July, I had 12 headache days, which was almost a record. For 2017, I think I had the fewest in January or February, and I had like 9 or 10 headache days. And in July, I had 12. And that was down from, I think, 18 in June. So, hey, I'm not seeing a huge difference, but this is, I think, better than anything else. I have had quite a few headaches, and I need to write these down. I track my headaches, but I don't really track how they go away. I have had so many headaches that just go away. In the past, my headaches don't just go away. I can't sleep off a headache. I can't take a shower and get rid of a headache. I need medicine. And for me, that's either 3 ibuprofen or 2 Excedrin migraine. And then I become really chatty because I'm a lightweight with caffeine and stuff. And either that or 2 Tylenol PM. And again, 2 Tylenol PM for this lightweight. I'm out for, 8+ hours and I wake up groggy. That's all it takes for me. So medication has become a regular part of my life. You buy the big thing of ibuprofen, and most people don't go through that before it expires. I do. But since I had the Daith piercing, I noticed that there were quite a few headaches that I did not have to medicate. And I mean, in the month of July, I would probably guess out of my 12, I would probably guess maybe 4 or 5 just went away. And that's me guessing. Like I said, I need to actually write down, did I take medicine or did they just go away? Because I don't know the answer to that. But how amazing is that? I mean, I knew it wasn't going to necessarily prevent me from getting headaches, but because it's not working on anything internal like hormones or vitamin levels or anything like that, blood sugar. It's not acting on any of those things. It's an acupressure that deals with pain. And I was told it may take about 6 months to start working. I was told you may need to do the other ear, which I think is totally an option. I have no problem with it. This recovery was great. It really was only tender the next day for maybe half the day. And I forget about it, honestly. I forget about it until I need to put earbuds in. I cannot get an earbud in here. First world problems, am I right? But it's been really good. I don't regret it at all. I get compliments on it all the time, and I, again, forget that it's there. I'm not into piercings. That's not my thing at all. But people tell me it looks cute, and I kind of think it does too. But it's not something that I show off or anything. I'm not ashamed of it. But it's, again, I don't even remember that it's there half the time. So if you are considering doing a Daith piercing, I think it's totally worth it to try. I think out the door I spent $68 on that. I think I could be wrong, but it was about that. And I feel like that is worth it if I'm gonna have fewer headaches, better quality of life. Because let me tell you, with these headaches, it takes a major toll on your quality of life, especially if you're a parent and have to deal with crazy people all day. My pain is bad. And I'll be doing a video about chronic pain at another time whenever I get a chance to do that. So be sure that you stay tuned for that. There are a couple of things that are in the works pain-wise, pain relief prevention-wise that I'm working on, and I'm not ready to share that quite yet. So I'll get to that point when I can. But I hope this was helpful for you today if you were looking at finding relief from headaches and migraines, alternative treatments, if you will. There were no drugs involved in any of these. My tongue tie, I mean, yeah, I had to take some pain medicine afterwards. But this, there was nothing new in my blood. There's no medications, there's no supplements or anything involved in these. They're more structural, I guess, if you want to put it that way. And so I hope this helped you if you're thinking about making a decision for one or both of these things. Just giving you my experience. My experience is not everyone else's experience, so be sure that you keep that in mind. If you enjoyed this video today, please be sure to give me a thumbs up here. And if you're new here, you can click right over here on my face and you can subscribe to my channel. And over here I have some related videos that I would love for you to check out. And I hope that you stick around and watch the rest of my videos. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.